Oh, it's that time again. It's 2K Kingslayer, aka 2KK, back here in the updated 2K film room. We got a flat screen and everything. And this is where we break down offenses in NBA 2K19. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Horns Double Drag series. This is the first series I'm going to be going over, so I'm pretty excited about this one. But first, let's do a little agenda for today. So I'm going to first go over the floor spacing of the Fist Double Drag series. Then I'm going to do an offense breakdown in the gym. After that, I'm going to do a online gameplay mixtape just so y'all can see that this actually does work against human beings online. And then I'm going to give my final thoughts and grade of this particular series. So let's get into it. So first of all, if you're not familiar with series, that's okay. It's actually brand new to NBA 2K19. A series is a set of several similar plays that trigger automatically once you select them. So I'm going to show you how to select them right now, but as long as you guys understand, it's a scheme of several different plays that look similar. So in order to call a series, here's what you're going to do. You're going to press right on the D-pad. You're going to hit triangle 2 times until you get to the series menu. And then you're going to scroll with L2 and R2 until you get to the series that you want. This time we want to select the Horns Double Drag series. So let's take a look at the floor spacing for the Horns Double Drag series. So this series uses a Horns formation, obviously. Now if you guys don't know what a Horns formation is, you might remember it from the Horns set that I went over last year. Here's what it looks like. So at the top of the arc, you're going to have your point guard, that's Giannis in this case. So normally you would have your 2 big guys on the elbows, but in this case, because the Bucks lineup is funky, we have Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton there. And your 2 other guards, or other wings rather, are going to be hanging out in the corners. So if you look in the upper right hand corner of this video, you're going to see that the play that's being called changes, but it's going to be called automatically. And it's going to change based on how the defense is responding. So if one play is working, the computer is going to basically continue calling that same play until it doesn't work anymore, and then it's going to adapt to something else. So take a look. This first option is called Fist HHD series. Again, I'm not calling this is automatic. And you're going to see Giannis scored on that one, so let's slow it down. So this play was simple. All that happened was Brook Lopez came up, set a screen, and Giannis had an easy lane to the basket. Now let's pretend that that didn't work, right? If it didn't work, it's going to move on to this next potential option automatically, and this is called Fist HHD Series 2. I don't know why it says HHD, because that's not short for Horns Double Drag. I think that's a typo, actually. But anyway, you can see this is the second option. We're going to slow that down. So same formation. You're going to see my big guy on the right comes up, but he slips, and then the guy on the left comes up and sets an actual screen, and the dude who slipped is open under the basket. But that time I took it in with Giannis. Now let's pretend that option didn't work. Then this is what's going to trigger. Okay? So we're going to bring the ball up with Bledsoe here. Now it's series number 3 out of this set. Okay, see that? Swing the ball. And open 3. So we're going to slow that down again. So this time both our big guys come up, set a screen on the defender. Defense collapses. We swing the ball to the outside, and Giannis with a wide open 3. Now if that option doesn't work, we go to Fist HHD Series 4. And what happens there is we get a screen. Then we get double screens from the 2 big guys going the other direction. So a nice little misdirection play there. One more time, we slow that down. Screen. They think we're going right. We change directions, and both our big guys are on the other side, and we get an open lane to the basket. So yeah, I want you guys to understand the spacing more than anything. You don't have to memorize what each one of those options are because, like I said, the CPU is going to change it and adapt it based on how your opponent is reacting to it, whether they stop it or not. So hopefully that makes some sense. I know this is the first time I'm going over series, but before we go any further, I'm going to ask you guys, if this is helpful so far, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're into tutorials and sim gameplay like this. Really helps my channel out significantly. Thank you very much. Alright, so now we're going to get into the gameplay mixtape just to show y'all that this does work against human beings. Hope y'all enjoy. Alright, y'all, so hopefully you saw from that mixtape, this is pretty effective against online opponents, so it doesn't just work against the computer. Now, I'm going to do my final thoughts on this one, so I'm going to tell you the strengths and weaknesses, and I'm going to give you a grade at the end as well, just kind of giving my overall thoughts on the series. So, first of all, let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses. So, in terms of strengths, slashing, you're going to get to the basket a lot if you use this, just because of the fact that if you look at the spacing, that baseline is wide open because your two big guys are at the elbows. As a result of that, you're going to get a lot of free throws because when you're slashing in this formation, the defense is going to collapse and help defense is going to come over. And in 2K, when help defense comes over, that's how you draw a lot of fouls. This is great for both the pick and roll and pick and fade. I like both of those, and you can call them manually too out of this. You know, you don't have to necessarily rely on the series to do that. But yeah, let's move on to the weaknesses. So as you can imagine from this spacing, you don't get a lot of threes. The only times you really get threes out of this is if you're pick and fading, or if a defender from the corner comes over to help, which does happen sometimes. But you can't really rely on this to get three-pointers. That's not what it's designed to do. Also, this is not a post-up, at least not a low post-up series here. The formation just really doesn't lend itself to that. You've got two big guys at the high post, and you can kind of operate from the high post sometimes, but if you do that, it's going to break the play. So yeah, this is not great for post-ups. In terms of my recommended lineup build, you want slashing wings, or at least a slashing point guard. You want one post big and one stretch big, so that you can get one guy rolling and one guy fading to get open for jump shots, like you're seeing in this clip right now, actually. And overall, if I had to give this series a grade, I'd give it a B+. I like that it's simple, but I don't like that you're not really able to stretch the floor very much with it, but still a nice starter series to use. Alright guys, so that's it for today's 2K Film Room. Again, if you appreciated this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Let me know what series you want me to go over next. And until next time, happy gaming, y'all.